The Superman movie by James Gunn, probably one of the most anticipated movies by DC in the last few years. It's normal, it's the relaunch of a universe. We were finally waiting for this new shared universe, and it's going to start very soon. Well, we'll have this little TV show that is Creature Commandos, which arrives on December 5th on Max, but the real start is the Superman movie, the return of the Man of Steel on the big screen. And that's very nice. That's why, very clearly, this trailer is extremely anticipated. But when is it going to happen? Before I tell you, don't forget to subscribe. I am Sam, and you are on KraziGeek. Well, we have a lot of explanations about it. A lot of things happened in 24 hours compared to the Superman trailer. Things that are very exciting and hype, others that are a bit less. You'll see, James Gunn went a bit crazy to try to drown the fish, and it's very interesting. Anyway, we're going to talk about it. It's more interesting to talk about it rather than being here. Talking, chatting, what's going on, we're going to talk about it. Anyway, the Superman movie will be released soon on July 11th, 2025. The first trailer is waiting for you, and it will be released soon in the next few weeks. The CCXP is going to start very soon. It's a conference, a bit like a Comic-Con in Brazil. And by the way, David Corenswet, the new Superman, had declared some time ago that the promotion of the movie would start in South America. And where is Brazil on the map? In South America. And James Gunn also replied that the promotion could very well start in Brazil during this 2000. Despite the fact that he won't be present, nor Peter Safran, it could be that a part of the film's team is still there, and that the trailer comes out at the same time, and that there are little things, little promotional things for the movie. It would always be nice. Speaking of little promotional things, something that always accompanies the release of a trailer, it's obviously a poster. And according to James Gunn, several posters are already ready. And yesterday, we were really surprised because we have a poster that came out. It's so stylish that we all thought it was an official poster. It comes from George Quadros and presents Superman stopping the tram, as it had been, on an image that had escaped from the Daily Planet, where we could see Superman stopping a tram, a picture probably taken by Jimmy Olsen. The poster is beautiful, but as said, James Gunn said that it wasn't official, but that it was still very, very cool. So yes, it's only a matter of time before this first trailer arrives, very probably in the next 2 weeks. Now there's something very interesting. A very reliable journalist has stated that Warner Bros. Would have asked to redo the trailer several times, to have several versions, because it wouldn't have been satisfied by the first version. And there would apparently be a huge internal pressure on the Superman movie and on this first trailer. And it's quite logical. To this, James Gunn replied. He replied that it was not true that DC Studios was a separate entity, a single entity that didn't answer to anyone, that doesn't answer to Warner Bros., manages by itself. It's false. Of course it's false. In his place, I would have answered the same thing. It's quite logical. Some time ago, he had stated that DC Studios was in his corner, that Warner Bros. Wouldn't interfere as they could have done with Zack Snyder, which reassured a lot of fans. But of course, that Warner Bros. Gets involved. Not as much as at the time, but still, it's logical. It's still them. The big boss, James Gunn, works for someone. He works for Warner Bros. If he can make his movies, it's because he has someone's money. He has the money of Warner Bros. Investor. So, yes, James Gunn works for Warner Bros. And yes, James Gunn has to pay Warner Bros. If the Superman movie is a flop, Warner Bros. Won't like it and will fire James Gunn because yes, that's what will happen. He's still in contract for 2 years. If during the 2 years there are only flops, or I don't know, if the Superman movie is already a real flop, yes, James Gunn won't be redirected. And at that moment, I'd rather not think about it because it would be terrifying. Because I really wish that this universe of James Gunn won't be a real flop. But when I see that there are projects that are a bit random and secondary that are announced, I tell myself, dude, there's no chance that those projects will work in the cinema. You're clearly going to ruin yourself there. After, yes, I understand his move, as said, but in my opinion, it's totally wrong. And that's why the guy, we can clearly say that he took his courage in his hands by making the movie himself. But there are things in this DCU that, for the moment, I have a lot of trouble with rumors. And in my opinion, well, we've already talked about it a lot. So yes, there are a lot of rumors in this DCU that scare me, and where I say to myself, yeah, clearly, it doesn't feel good at all. This Superman movie, for me, it feels very, very good. From the footage and everything, I feel that this movie is going to be awesome. How do you feel about it? Tell me in the comments. Tell me everything in the comments, and we'll see each other very soon in Metropolis.